Please sit up straight and close your eyes and bring your hands palms down on top of the knees. Make sure the center of the palm of the hand is right on top of the little bone of the knee. Close your eyes. Move yourself from side to side a little bit. Feel your sit bones, feel your tailbone. Now we're going to take a deep inhale and exhale to the mouth. It's like clearing breaths. We're going to do it one more time. Inhale. And just let it go. Exhale to the mouth. Good. Now we're going to align the energetic centers. So again, move yourself a little bit from side to side. Make sure your spine is straight, because that allows the energy, the flow of the energy to move unencumbered. And you get the most of the practice. Now, again, take a deep inhale. This time you're going to hold the breath. Take a deep inhale. And you're going to hold the breath. And this time become aware of your sphincter muscle. We're going to call that number 1. Okay, pretend you're preventing yourself from going to the bathroom to do number 1. Hold it there. Continue to hold it. That's your first chakra. Hold, hold, hold. Continue to hold, tighten, but exhale to the mouth. You're removing all the dissonance, all the incoherence from your first chakra after your heart's had a chance to harmonize it. Let it go. Anything that was not harmonized is coming out of your mouth. Slowly come back to center. Again, as you come back to center, move yourself from side to side. Ensure the spine is straight. I'm going to take another deep inhale. Inhale. Hold the breath. This time tighten the sphincter muscle and the pubic area. So we're going to call that number 1 and number 2. Pretend you're preventing yourself from going to the bathroom. You're going to hold it really tight. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. So we're working on your emotional body as well. Second chakra, sacrum. Hold it tight. Hold it, 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 hold it. Exhale to the mouth. And just let it go. Continue to hold number 1 and number 2 tighten as much as you can. You're removing all the dissonance from the first 2 lower chakras, particularly the sacrum. Stay there. At the end of the exhale, come back to center. And just stay there for a few seconds. Move yourself from side to side. Align your spine. Moving up to the solar plexus. That's your personality. Okay, that's your ego. We're going to inhale, inflate the stomach as much as you can. Inhale, 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 inhale. So that the upper torso, almost all the way to the top of the shoulders, gets inflated. Now you're going to hold the breath. Now tighten the sphincter in the pubic area, and you're going to hold it there for a while as your heart does the job. Or harmonize and balance. Your heart is a magnet. Your thoughts are energetic. Your heart is balancing and removing any dissonance, any extra. Exhale to the mouth. Bring that belly button to the back of the spine. Exhale, 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 as much as you can, all the way out. At the end of the exhale, come back to center. Again, move yourself from side to side and become aware of where you are. Moving up to the heart, okay? So again, move yourself from side to side. Now take a deep inhale, inflate the stomach as much as you can, all the way to the top of the shoulders, and hold it there. Good. Now tighten number 1 and number 2, and bring the shoulder blades slightly together. That opens up your heart. And stay there, hold it there. Allow your heart to neutralize all those feelings, thoughts, emotions that have kept you down on criticism, judgment, persecution, fear. Hold it there, hold it there, hold it there. Exhale to the mouth. Let it go, let it go. Bring the belly button to the back of the spine and continue to hold your shoulder blades slightly together as you exhale as much as you can. All the trash is coming out. At the end of the exhale, again, you come back to center. Move yourself from side to side. Allow your spine to come back to straight line to your body type. Good, moving up to the 5th chakra. That's your communication, that's your voice. Again, we're going to inhale, inflate the stomach as much as you can, all the way up to the top of the shoulders. And now you're going to hold the breath. Now tighten the sphincter in the pubic area. Good. Bring the shoulder blades slightly together. And tighten the back teeth, the back molars. Tighten the back molars and pucker the lip like you were giving someone a kiss or sucking to a straw. Hold it there. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Hold, 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 hold. Get rid of all the dissonance in your throat. Hold it there. Hold it there. All the fear of saying truth. Hold it there. Hold it there. Fear of criticism. Hold it there. Exhale to the mouth. Bring the belly button to the back of the spine. Exhale, 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 exhale. Continue to tighten number 1 and number 2. Exhale, 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 exhale. As much as you can. Let it go. At the end of the exhale, come back to center. Stay there for a few more seconds. Move yourself from side to side. Bring your shoulder blades slightly together. Keep your spine straight. Good. Now we're going to the 6th chakra. Your intuition, your wisdom, your knowing, your higher self, which is what we're going to be working with today. Now take a deep inhale. Inflate the stomach. All the way up to the top of the shoulders. Hold the breath. Tighten the sphincter in the pubic area. Bring the shoulder blades slightly together. Now tighten the back teeth. Pocket the molars and close your eyes. Squeeze everything inside of you. Squeeze your spine. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Wring it out. Remove all the negativity, all the fear, all the insecurities, all the judgment. Hold it, tighten, 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 tighten. Let it go. Exhale to your mouth. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Bring the belly button to the back of the spine. Exhale, 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 exhale. Tighten number 1 and number 2. Exhale, 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 exhale. Hold the breath. Exhale some more. Good, now take a deep inhale. Inflate the stomach as much as you can. All the way to the top of the shoulders. Sustain the breath. Sustain the breath. Allow this breath, new, fresh, balanced, harmonized energy to penetrate every cell, every molecule, every electron, every nano molecule. Your entire body is being permeated by this beautiful harmonized breath. Just feel it, sense it, know it. Slowly at your own pace, exhale through the nose. Just notice. Again, at your own pace, when you're ready, take another deep inhale. Tighten number 1 and number 2. Sustain the breath and bring the focus to the top of the nose with your eyes closed. So keep your eyes closed, just focus on the tip of the nose. Sustain the breath. Focus on the tip of the nose. Tighten number 1 and number 2 slightly. And when you're ready, slowly exhale through the nose. Excellent. Slowly open your eyes. Good afternoon. Hopefully I have you here now. Okay. Thank you. Welcome. Some of you, most of you, have been here for the codes. These are 52 codes, and the intent of the code is to wake up part of who you already are. And we've been shrouded with all kinds of beliefs that may not be necessarily the right beliefs. And now this is the time to kind of wake up that part of you, that knowing part of you, so that you can actually start to become who you really are and start to do your job here on earth. A lot of us is like, what am I here for? I don't know. I'm tired of doing the same robot kind of, living. What am I supposed to be doing? So this is what the 52 codes are all about, is to really wake up that wisdom within you so that you know what it is you're here to do. So we're in code 12, believe it or not. So this is cool. Today, the previous codes, just to summarize, to bring everyone to this point, and if you're interested in the previous codes individually, you can ask me for those. But just to summarize, to bring you all on the same page, because you have all that information within you, whether you know it or not, you're just not aware of it. But we've been talking about waking up the part of you to allow to become that universal self, that galactic self that we are. And it may sound a little crazy if you're the first time that you hear this, but we are multidimensional, multigalactic quantum individuals. but we have not been aware of it. So the 52 codes is to slowly kind of wake up that part of who you are, so by the end of the 52 code you recognize how expansive and how galactic and how multidimensional and how much you can create on your own self and manifesto that we are. So that's sort of a big picture. Now we're in the 12. The 12 is about recognizing that we are quantum beings. What does quantum beings mean? And this is maybe a little strange, but please hear me out. Any questions? We can clarify that right before we start the practice or at the end of the class. But quantum means that we are energy. Think of an ice cube. I always use the ice cube because it's such a good way to explain it. Think of an ice cube, all right? The ice cube is frozen. When the ice cube is frozen, what is it? It's solid, right? That's our bodies. We're frozen. When you're frozen, there's not much energy going through because there's not enough space for the energy to go through. Energy are thoughts, feelings, and emotions. All that is energy. Your thoughts are energy. Your feelings are energy. Your emotions are energy, stagnated energy, but nonetheless energy, all right? So as we start to put heat on put the ice cubes on the pot, put it on the stove. We start to put heat on the pot. What happens to the ice cube? Starts to melt. So the heat starts to melt the ice cube. What happens to the ice cube? Turns water. And we're 80% water. What do you know? Okay? And we put in energy. Where's the energy coming from? We breathe it in. Your breath. Your breath is the spirit. You come here with the breath, you live out with the breath. You bring the energy into your breath. That's what you always hear me say, the power's in the breath, okay? So we're going to bring the breath. All right, it's not just the breath, we're going to put heat in it. So we're not just going to put it on the stove and allow it to slowly take a whole day for the ice cube to melt. We're going to put some heat in it so that the ice cube melts quicker and we become water. Once the water, depending upon how much heat you put in, the water is going to turn to vapor because it's going to boil. It's vapor. Still you, still the water, okay? So that's when the vapor, or when the energy that we're going to put in, the breath, how that heat's going to come in through the yoga practice. You're going to move. We're going to make you move. And then we are going to put some more breath into it intentionally with the mini meditation. After you move and remove, first we kind of align your energetic bodies. They're aligned, they're all in line, they're not, but they're still not to what they need to be for you, okay? Because they may be still close a little bit here. They're all balanced, but they may be all closed or all really open or whatever, but they're balanced. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove the dissonance from all that, and that's what the balls are doing. So we kind of remove some of the dissonance to start, to keep you kind of centered to begin with. And what we're going to do is allow that breath, as your energies are balanced, to move all the stagnation that you have within yourselves so that you start to boil. And when you start to boil, you start to evaporate. And when you start to evaporate, you start to become one with everything. And that's what your higher self is within yourself, within the heart. So that's what we're going to do today, all right? Before we start, just so you know, we're going to do a yoga practice. That's the heat. Do what you can. If you can't do it, think about doing it in your mind, and it doesn't matter because you're doing it anyway. That's how powerful we really are. And then after the yoga practice, we'll do a little meditation to wake up consciously what's going on with you. And then we are going to write on your journal. I almost forgot to talk about the journal. Hopefully some of you are continuing or maybe thinking or initiating or whatever with the journal. But it's really cool because it allows you to recognize the transition that we are taking. And a lot of information comes through you as you awaken in your higher levels of consciousness that we forget shortly after we become in the regular world. Sort of like the dreams. You know, we remember the dreams as soon as we wake up because our consciousness are higher level. But once we start interacting with the world of third, maybe fourth dimension, if you will, then you start to forget. And that's just normal. So we'll work on the journal. We'll journal a little bit at the beginning and we journal a little bit at the end so that we can kind of tie it all that together. All right, so that's pretty much it. Any questions? Cool, no questions. All right, so what I like to do to start, I like to start to read. Now you got a big picture of what we're going to do. Going to boil the water so you can become more aware, more awakened, and start to use your own powers. What I like to do right now is I like to read the code 12, all right? After we read it, I'll read it, you can read it on your own, and after we read it, I like you to take 2 minutes, no more than that, and to write on your book on what this means to you now, okay? And don't worry about whether you understand it or not. You can always just say, I don't know what this woman is talking about, and you can even write that. It doesn't matter. It's just write what's in your consciousness. We'll do the practice, we do the meditation, and then you go back to the book and you write yet one more time. And you will be surprised, perhaps, of the difference of consciousness that come about. All right? So, I'm going to start to read it. Please read it in your own. I know that the lighting is bad, so that's the reason I'm reading it for you guys. And the soul awakening code is 12. That's an interesting number in itself. And what it talks about is place your attention on me, the higher self. So you're talking to yourself, the me part, the divine part. And know that the chakra, your heart chakra and your high heart, which is another chakra, but it's not a discussion at this point, have joined. So that your center, your 0 point is higher now. Okay? So we're working with that. You just become aware of it, but you don't need to know much about it because your body knows it. So just an awareness of it. And so that's your higher self. That's your divine self. So this is you talking to yourself, okay? And what we're doing here is I will lift your quantum energy, your higher energy, into higher levels of consciousness, okay? And this is what we're going to do. We're going to land in a higher level of consciousness. So consciously identify with your higher self. Remember, I am that. Direct your higher self to infuse all aspects of your being with vitality and to guide you moment by moment. Your higher self is the Jiminy Cricket, your heart, the center of your heart. You know it all, but we've been shrouded with the ego, with the personality, with the entrapments, with false beliefs that may not be accurate any longer, okay? You're entering into a quantum landing field, and this is so true. The earth is ascending. That's what we call it, ascension. We come into higher levels of frequency. That is what ascension is. We're not going anywhere. We're staying here on this earth. We just move into higher levels of consciousness. All right? So notice the landing field within yourself, the space in consciousness for the higher frequencies of your being to land within, to infuse you with a vibration and calibration and harmony that harmonizes all aspects of your being. That means the vibrations of love. That means the vibrations of peace and energy. That means the vibration of consciousness, cooperation, and consciousness, compassion. And what that means, compassion, those are the vibrations that are coming down. Compassion means non-judgment. Compassion means that you are not subjective. Oh, poor me, or it's my fault, or he doesn't like me, or all about that is objective. Take that ego out of the way and bring the higher self in. And that's what we're moving. So we're moving from the physical, from the ego self to the higher self, to that we are more of. And that it's all within us. I'm not giving you anything new. It's already there. Just making you conscious of it. Your goal is not to transcend, but to transform through the involvement of your full spectrum of selves. So in other words, your goal is not to go to another world or to do whatever, but is to evolve your consciousness and become more conscious of how big you are in your higher self, illuminated self, of guilt-free, of judgment-free, of any negativity-free that is not only towards yourself, but to others as well. Know that when you're judging somebody else, or somebody else is pissing you off, it's a reflection of who you are. So this is where we're bringing your higher self to higher levels of consciousness. So that stuff that you have is no longer there. So all that stuff that comes to you that in the past may have gotten you upset, judgmental, angry, fearful, whatever, doesn't have any impact any longer. So that's the neutrality. That's the part of the higher self that we are. All right? So with that in mind, I'd like you to take 2 minutes and write on your paper what that means to you. What does it mean to you to connect to your higher self? What does the higher self means to you? You may not have ever heard the higher self, and you can certainly say, I don't know, and it doesn't make sense to me. That's absolutely all perfect. And the intention is that by the end of the yoga practice and the meditation, once we read this again, you will have a better understanding of you, of your higher self, and what that awareness is going to do moving forward into your life. Slowly, when you're ready, just bring your pens down and just know that we'll have more of a little chance to write on your journal, but now it's time to start. So please, just sit up straight, comfortably. You can sit on your mat or on your bolster or blanket, whatever this case for you. And first we're going to start to remove the energy and open up the bodies, okay? So please bring one hand on top of the other. We're going to start to open up the spine, and particularly the lower spine. And we're also going to work with the brain. So just please follow my lead. One hand on top of the other. And we're going to look in front of you, okay? Just kind of keep your eyes focused on one point in front of you. Then we're going to inhale. You're going to lift up your head up, and you're going to look up because we also work on your pituitary and pineal gland. That's going to help you. You're going to inhale, and at the exhale, then you're going to bring the chin to the chest. You're going to separate the shoulder blades, and you're going to look down, okay? Here, we're going to be working with your adrenals, your endocrine system, pretty much. So we're going to balance the endocrine system. So inhale. So any worries, any negativity, this is where we put in the heat in. Exhale, bring the chin to the chest. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. As you inhale up, tighten number 1 and number 2. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. We're going to do it one more time. This time we're going to inhale up. Keep the shoulder blades together. Look up. Good. Now you're going to take another deep inhale. Keep looking up. Hold the breath. Tighten the sphincter in the pubic area. Hold it there. Hold it there. Hold it there. Now, exhale to the mouth. Bring the chin to the chest. Separate the shoulder blades. Bring the eyes down to your stomach. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Continue to tighten number 1 and number 2. Exhale, 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 exhale. Now, inhale. Come back to center. Take a deep inhale. Tighten number 1 and number 2. Exhale to the mouth. You're putting heat in. That's what it means by putting heat. Now, slowly bring the hands, palms down on top of the knees. Again, you're putting heat in here. We're going to inhale forward. We're going to work on the upper part of the spine. Continue to look up. Bring the shoulder blades together. Exhale down. Continue to bring the chin to the chest, but you're going to press the back of your, all the way down so Belly button goes all up to the back of the spine. We're working on your kidneys and your adrenals. Fear. Inhale, come up. Look up. Shoulder blades together. Hold it. Tighten number 1 and number 2. Exhale, come down. Shoulder blades apart. Hold number 1 and number 2 tightly. Hold it. Inhale out. Exhale down. Inhale out. Exhale down. Inhale out. Exhale down. Next time, you're going to inhale out. We're going to continue looking forward. Hold the breath. Bring the shoulder blades slightly together. Look up. Tighten number 1 and number 2. Hold the breath. Hold the breath. Hold the breath. Hold the breath. Exhale to the mouth. Continue to tighten number 1 and number 2. Bring the chin to the chest. Separate the shoulder blades. Pull back. Bring the belly button to the back of the spine. Exhale, 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 exhale. Hold the breath. Tighten everything. Inhale. Go back to center. Exhale to the mouth. Good. Now take a deep inhale. Sustain the breath. Allow this replenishment of energy. This is integration. Bringing the positive energy into the expanded body that you have just created. You empty the trash can, you create a space to bring positive energy into your body, into your consciousness. Just focus on the sound. Slowly open your eyes. Be continuing. Continue to keep the hands on the top of the knees. This is really important. We're going to work on your hips. We're going to work on the 3 lower chakras, okay? So your personality, your emotions, and your physical body of self-belief, self-trust. So we're going to inhale forward. You're going to inhale forward. And as you inhale forward, you're going to tighten number 1 and number 2. Hold the breath. Now exhale to the mouth. You're going to move to the right, to the left. Continue to exhale, move to the back. Continue to exhale, move to the right. Continue to exhale, come center. Hold the breath. Take a deep inhale. Tighten number 1 and number 2. Exhale to the mouth, continue to tighten number 1 and number 2. Move to the left, continue to tighten number 1 and number 2. Go to the back, then to the right. All the way, exhale, all the way to center. Tighten number 1 and number 2. Hold the breath. Inhale. Tighten number 1 and number 2. Exhale and just let it go. You empty and removing all the judgment, all the persecutions, all the fears, all the pain. Exhale. Hold it there. Inhale. This is the last one we're doing on this direction. Exhale. Removing all the pain, all the anger, all the fear. Hold the breath when you come into the center. Tighten number 1 and number 2. Now take a deep inhale. And let's go to the opposite direction, to the right. Exhale, start to exhale to the right. Exhale, 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 all the way around. Come back to center. You're going to hold the breath there. Bring some prana in. Inhale. Breathe in some heat and put in some heat in there. Inhale and exhale it out. Exhale, 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 exhale. Go all the way around. All the way to center. At the center, you hold the breath. We're going to do it 2 more times. Take a deep inhale. And exhale it out. Exhale, 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 exhale. Come to center. Hold the breath. This is the last one. Make it count. Take a deep inhale. Tighten number 1 and number 2. And exhale it out. Good. Exhale, 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 exhale. Come to center. Stay there. Exhale some more. Hold it there. Hold it there. Hold it there. Now take a deep inhale. Come up straight. Inflate the belly. Tighten number 1 and number 2. Exhale to the mouth. Continue to tighten number 1 and number 2. Exhale, 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 exhale. You're going to empty everything out. Exhale, 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 exhale. Hold the breath. Exhale some more. Take a deep inhale. Inflate the stomach as much as you can. Bring the breath all the way to the top of the shoulders. Sustain the breath there. Sustain the breath there. Bring the harmony, the peace. Awaken the divinity within you. Balance the 3 lower chakras with harmony, peace, well-being. Allow the wisdom that is in your heart to start to awaken. Stay there for a few more seconds. Slowly open your eyes. Now bring your hands to the side of the mat and do not touch your mat. So we allowing the energy to flow through your palms with the hands, okay? So what we're going to do, we're going to inhale, shoulders up to the ears, shoulders back and down. So we're going to start to work on the upper. Inhale up, upper chakra, shoulders back and down. Inhale up, shoulders back and down. We're going to rotate. Inhale up, shoulders forward and down. Inhale up, shoulders forward and down. One more time. Inhale up, shoulders forward and down. Good. Just move your shoulders a little bit like a bicycle. We're going to start to work with your heart. We're going to start to work with your intuition. We're going to start to work with your voice. So just move your shoulders around. We're working on the 3 other chakras, actually 4 chakras, because we include in the 7th chakra as well. So just stay there for a second. Good. Now we're going to bring the shoulders up to the fingers up to the shoulders. But we're going to rotate. So we're going to inhale left and exhale right. And do it at your own pace. But when you inhale left, you're going to hold the breath, type number 1 and number 2, and exhale out. Okay? And as you exhale, continue to type number 1 and number 2. Inhale left. Exhale right. So we're clearing your upper torso, your upper energy. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale left. Exhale right. We're going to do it one more time. We're going to inhale left. We're going to look behind your left shoulder. We're going to hold it there. Type number 1 and number 2. Hold it there. 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 Exhale to the mouth. Move to the right. Exhale, 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 exhale. Hold it there. Hold it there. Hold it there. Hold it there. Inhale. Come back to center. Inhale. Really, 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 really deep. Hold it there. Hold it there. Hold it there. Slowly exhale to the nose. Bring the hands down, palms down on top of the knees. Notice what's happening to your consciousness when you put heat inside your body through the breath. Removing the entrapments around your heart so that it allows the higher self within you to come out. Be recognized, appreciated, and ultimately accepted by you. Good. Slowly open your eyes. We're continuing to move up to the energetic system. So we're going to inhale, bring the hands overhead, interlace your fingers, all right? Move your tailbone, make sure your spine is straight. Good. Now we're going to inhale, stretch up. And as you exhale, you're going to move on to your left. And when you move to the left, use your left fingers to pull onto the right. And stay there. Look in front of you, all right? Good. Now stay there as much as you can because we're opening up the heart, we're opening up the lungs, we're working on your upper chakras, we're working on up the heart. So stay there. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Stay there one more time. Inhale. So now we're going to come to the center. Take a deep inhale, come back to center. Now hold the breath. Tap number 1 and number 2. Hold the breath. Exhale to the mouth. Good. We want to move to the other side. Inhale, stretch up, tap number 1 and number 2, and let's move on to the right. Exhale. As you're on the right, again, use your right fingers to pull onto the left. Inhale, stretch, so use your right hand, pull onto the fingers. Exhale, come down and feel the stretch on the side of the body. Feel the stretch opening up your lungs. Feel the stretch opening up the heart. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Again, we're going to do it again. Inhale. Exhale. This next time, you're going to inhale, come back to center. And exhale through the mouth. Good. Continue into the heart. Remember, we're working on the big heart, the high heart, and the regular heart. So we are opening up the heart center. So you're going to inhale. And as you exhale, bring the hands right across your chest, but like by the vein of the V. The V. You know we have a V here? This is where your high heart is. So bring it by the top of the V. All right? So stay there. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. Bring the arms in. Inhale out. Exhale in. Inhale out. Exhale in. Inhale out. Exhale in. One more time. You're going to inhale out. Hold it there. Hold it there. Hold it there. Exhale in. Good. Now, bring your hands by your throat. What we're going to do is going to be a little bit different. The fingers are going to be different. So you're going to interlace the fingers, like lock in the fingers. Bring the thumbs towards the fingers. Okay? Sit up. We're going to inhale in. Exhale out. Pull on those fingers. Inhale in. Working on your 5th chakra and your heart. Connected the heart to the 5th chakra. Exhale out. Inhale in. Whatever you do, whatever you say will be through the heart. Exhale out. Inhale in. That's who your higher self is. Exhale out. It's not just one thing. Inhale in. Exhale out. It connects with the heart. Inhale in. The 5th chakra is connecting to the heart. Exhale out. One more time. Inhale in. Exhale out. Good. Slowly bring the hands overhead. Stretch the fingers up. Move the fingers. Good, good, good. Move it, move it, move it, move it, move it, move it. Bring the hands down. Move it, 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 move it. The hands down. Move it, 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 move it. Now bring the hands down, palms down. Ground yourself. Take a deep inhale. Close your eyes. Tighten number 1 and number 2. Bring the focus to the tip of the nose. Hold the breath. Hold the breath. Hold the breath. Slowly exhale through the nose. Slowly open your eyes. Stay there for a few seconds, allowing your body to continue to integrate a little bit more. And now we're going to come onto your hands and knees. We're going to do the cat and cow, and we're going to integrate everything from head to toe, so that when we do the meditation, you are all one within your consciousness, physical, mental, and emotional. Now, please bring, if you have a blanket, or if you have problems with your knees, then use your mat. Fold it if you need to. or bring something under your knees to protect your knees. We won't stay long, but it will be long enough that it will cause discomfort. And just please bring your knees hip width apart, shoulder width apart, parallel to each other, and open up those fingers really wide, like web fingers, okay? And we're gonna press the tip of the fingers onto the mat, because the fingers are connected to the brain. So we're working with every part of who you are, activating everything of who you are, we're doing here. And press the top of the feet onto your mat. That's your electronic system, your meridians, all right? And just kind of move yourself a little bit. Make sure your back is flexible. It should be good. Now, you're going to look in front of you about 3 feet. Keep your focus there, wherever it is. You're going to just keep your eyes at the same focus. Whether you move your head up or down, just keep your eyes on the same length of focus, okay? Because we're working on the brain. Now, we're going to inhale up. You're going to bring your shoulders together. Look up. Bring the tailbone up. You're going to inhale. Now, inflate the belly. Tighten number 1 and number 2. Good. Continue to look up. Exhale. Now you're going to bring the tailbone in. Continue to tighten number 1 and number 2. Exhale. Bring the chin to the chest. Separate the shoulder blades and bring the belly button to the back of the spine as you exhale all the way out. And you're going to hold the breath. You're going to tighten number 1 and number 2 and hold the breath. Inhale. Take a deep inhale. Inflate the belly. Look up. Bring the shoulder blades together. Tighten number 1 and number 2. Hold it there. Hold it there. Remember, press the fingers onto your mat. Press the top of the feet onto the mat. Exhale. Bring the chin to the chest. Bring the tailbone in. Tighten number 1 and number 2. All the way out. You're bringing heat into your body. Activating every cell, every molecule, every electron, every atom. Hold the breath. Every nanomolecule is being squeezed of any negativity, any entrapments you've been holding on to. Inhale. Inflate the belly. Bring in the prana. Bring in the oxygen. Bring in the power to remove anything that doesn't serve you. Hold the breath. Tighten number 1 and number 2. Hold it there. Exhale out. Bring the chin in. Working your thyroid, parathyroid, activating your high heart and your heart together. Exhale and bring the belly button to the back of the spine. Hold it there. We're going to do it 2 more times. Inhale up. Look up. Inhale. Inflate the belly. Tighten number 1 and number 2. Hold it there. Hold it there. Exhale it out. Bring the chin to the chest. Bring the tailbone in. All the way out. Separate the shoulder blades as much as possible, removing the fear from your kidneys and your adrenals. Hold it there. This is 1 more time. Inhale up. All the anger, all the resentment, all the fear, hold it there. Exhale out. This is your last one. As you exhale, bring the chin to the chest, separate the shoulder blades, hold number 1 and number 2, and start to bring yourself back, all the way back to the back of your legs as you continue to exhale. Once you're in the back of your legs, you're going to hold the breath. You're going to exhale some more. And you're going to take a deep inhale. And exhale, and as you exhale, and bring the palms of the hands together. Relax your elbows onto your mat. Bring the forehead onto the mat. And stay there as you exhale slowly through the nose. Your entire body, your entire electronic, neurological, and endocrine system is balanced. Allow your higher self, your divine self, the one that is in you, and has always been within you. Some people may call it your guardian angel. It's all within you, not outside of you. Some people may call it a Jiminy Cricket. You're awakening your wisdom that is embedded in every cell, every molecule, every electron, every nanomolecule of your entire body, from head to toe, is being embedded with the energy of love, peace, palms flat down onto your mat, and bring your forehead up a little bit, and start to press yourself up to tabletop again. You're going to flex the toes, and we're going to come to downward dog. If downward dog is not a pose for you, stay in child's pose, which is this one, okay? Or otherwise, we come into downward dog, and the downward dog, just come, make a triangle with your body, and separate the feet a little bit wider than width apart. This is called downward dog. Also, it's called triangle. Now, you're going to bend your left knee, okay? Please bend your left knee, and as you bend your left knee, you're going to stretch your tush up to the ceiling, and press the hands forward. And as you press your tush up to the ceiling, bring that chin to the chest. And you're going to stay there, okay? We're opening up, and we're balancing, again, the energetic centers. This is where you put in the heat. You're becoming vapor. Yet, you're still in your body. But your consciousness becomes neutral as you learn to live with the higher frequencies within you. Stay there. Slowly, you're going to switch legs. So you're going to bend the other knee and stretch the opposite leg. Continuing to press up to the ceiling, your tailbone, and continue to keep the chin on the chest. Now straighten both legs out, and as you straighten both legs out, if it's possible for you, come onto the tippy toes. If it's possible. If not, just keep it wherever you think you are, but imagine you're in your tippy toes. And bend the knees a little bit. And bring the tailbone up to the ceiling. And move your tailbone slightly from side to side, like the dog is wagging the tail. Yeah, inhale. Exhale, notice, feel it, sense it. Inhale. Exhale, slowly go back to center. Straighten out your legs comfortably so that your toes are touching the mat fully. And slowly, when you are ready, bring your hands back onto the toes. So you're going to walk your hands back to your feet. Stay down. Keep looking down. Now bend the knees 90 degrees like if you were sitting in a chair. And open up your arms like airplane. Look in front of you first. Stay there. Inhale. And exhale. Now slowly we're going to inhale and straighten out your legs. And as you straighten out your legs, you're going to look up and bring the arms overhead. As you continue to inhale, 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 inhale. Now inhale some more, stretch the arms out, press the feet down. And exhale through the mouth, bring the arms down and bring your legs together and close your eyes as you exhale. Once your arms are down, you're in mountain pose. Take a deep inhale, inflate the stomach, bring the breath all the way to the top of the shoulders. Sustain the breath, tighten number 1 and number 2. And then slowly exhale through the nose. Spans way beyond this third-dimensional consciousness into higher levels of awareness. As your energy increases, and the higher level of awareness brings love, harmony, peace, compassion, patience, cooperation, joy. Just notice that. That's who we are, that's who you are, that's who you've always been. And this awareness will help you transmute anything that comes your way already been there from previous beliefs, thoughts, and emotions. Good. Slowly open your eyes. Are you with me? Good. Please sit down. Now we're going to go into a quick meditation. And this meditation is really, and I do have a handout if you want to have copies of it. I didn't make copies of it, but if you do want to, I'll be glad to give you a copy. But this meditation is really to start to use your abilities. Now that you're clear, and again, this is being video, so you'll get a copy if you want to practice at home, to continue to, create your new reality. But this meditation has to do with really starting to use your abilities, because your thoughts are energy. And let me bring it to your consciousness. Thoughts are energy. It says, we manifest our reality. We create our own reality. This is how it happens. It's backwards, okay? And your thoughts are energy. So you're thinking about, I'm going to make this up. You're going to want a Rolls Royce, okay? Thoughts, Rolls Royce. And then you equilibrate your thoughts. And this energy are thoughts, right? And eventually they start to slow down and they start to become solid. And when they become solid, they become a reality. That's how we manifest. And we always be manifestors, but we were never being aware of it. So if you worry about something not working out and things not being good for you, guess what? They're not going to work out. They're not going to be good for you. You're manifesting that you're thinking. If you're thinking about everything positive, and it's more from the heart, not from the ego. Remember, what we're doing today is aligning you to the heart. It's more from the heart. So when you think about positive things for you, for your loved ones, for everyone, and you continue to have that clear mind of thinking, and that's, I guess, what's it called? The power of intention, I think? I don't know. There's so many different names out there. But what I'm telling you, I'm giving you the science of it. And how do you make it? How do you make it happen? And as you clear your vessel as it is right now, I'm going to give you this meditation just to do just that, to start to manifest that part of who you are. All right? Good. Any questions quickly? This is important. So please bring your hands up, thumb and index together, close your eyes. And this, what we're going to do, we're going to inhale through the mouth. You hold the breath for a few seconds. And exhale to the nose. Hold the breath for a few seconds. Inhale through the mouth. And you're going to do it on your own. You're going to hold the breath for the count of 7. And you're going to exhale through the nose. And you're going to hold the breath for the count of 7 at your own pace while I play the crystal balls. The crystal ball will start to remove anything and everything that you're holding on to under your subconscious and unconscious. So it doesn't have a story, it just gets rid of it. While you do the breath, you inhale, you hold it through the mouth, you hold it for 7, and you exhale to the nose, and you hold it for the count of 7. And we're going to do this for a little bit. take a deep inhale. And you're going to sustain the breath. And bring that breath, sustain the breath, and bring your attention to your heart center, which is the V by your breast. Where the heart and the high heart connects is the center. Bring your attention there and slowly exhale through the nose. Now take another deep inhale. Focus on the center. And you're going to hold the breath. And whatever's in your mind, in your consciousness, of anything that has been bothering you, that anything that has been causing you pain in any which way, form, bring it into that center as you hold the breath. And that center of your heart, which is the 0 point of your consciousness, slowly exhale it through the nose and transmute that into the light that you are. And you're going to do that on your own. You're going to inhale and you're going to bring the breath to the center of your heart, which is right where the V is between the two breasts. And you're going to hold the breath there with any thought, feeling of emotion that has caused you discomfort, that has caused you pain, that have caused you to be in dissonance with yourself and or with others. Bring it into the center of your 0 point of your heart and transform it into the love that you are. And know that the energy of the balls are helping you connect to your deepest levels of subconsciousness or unconsciousness. That even if you do not think of that, which is keeping you off balance, the energies of the balls will destroy it, will dissipate it, will transform it into the light. Opening up space for you to be the light and radiate the light. The multi-consciousness dimensional being that you are being awakened as you transmute and transform all that has been holding you back into the light at your heart center. to suspend the breath one more time, but this time you're going to exhale to the mouth. Good. And now you're going to go back into your heart, and we're going to manifest that divinity that you already are into your consciousness. You're going to take a deep inhale. You're going to sustain the breath and bring it into the center of your heart. Again, right at the V, where your breast join, the breastbone, if you will, but the upper part of the breastbone. Sustain the breath and visualize this beautiful golden light magnifying in your heart of your higher self or your divine self. And slowly exhale to the nose and see this beautiful golden light of love and abundance penetrate your body. Every cell, every molecule, every electron, every atom is dissipating and expanding and radiating with this beautiful golden light of love and abundance. Again, come to your heart. Take a deep inhale and sustain the breath. And as you sustain the breath, visualize this beautiful golden light of peace and harmony embedding your body as you slowly exhale to the nose, penetrating every cell, every molecule, every electron, every atom, every nanomolecule, your entire body, from head to toe. Slowly, when you're ready, you're going to take another deep inhale. You're going to bring it back into your heart center. And think of health and well-being. The divine self that you are, healthy, prosperous, energetic, vibrant. And slowly exhale to the nose. And penetrate that into every cell, every molecule, every electron, every atom, every nanomolecule of your body, from head to toe. Take another deep inhale. Bring it to the center of your heart one more time. Hold the breath and visualize this beautiful golden light magnifying, intensifying, and increasing your compassion as you radiate this beautiful light slowly as you exhale to the nose. And this beautiful sense of love and compassion, well-being, radiates throughout your body and beyond your body, throughout your auric field, and beyond your auric field. Recognizing and bringing this energy through the quantum levels of consciousness and dimensions that you already are, and an awakening with this breath. Take another deep inhale and slowly exhale to the nose, and slowly bring yourself flat onto your backs. breath. Bring the attention to the center of your heart and visualize this beautiful golden light in your heart, intensifying as you hold the breath. And slowly exhale through the nose and see this beautiful light dissipate and radiate and span throughout your body, throughout your physical body, throughout your mental body, throughout your emotional body, throughout your auric field, throughout your entire consciousness on this earth and beyond, connecting you with your soul self, your divine self, your spirit self. As it continuously raises your energy, dissolving and transmuting anything that comes your way. Slowly take a deep inhale and exhale to the mouth. And slowly start to move your hands and feet, fingers and toes. And start to move your head from side to side. And just move your shoulders a little bit, like a little bicycle. And start to move your hips from side to side, bringing yourself back into your body 100%. another deep inhale. Bring your arms overhead if possible. Stretch your legs in the opposite direction. Take a deep inhale. And exhale through the nose as you bring the knees to the chest. So give yourself a hug. Bring your hands below the knees. And stay there for a few seconds. Stay there for a few more seconds. And slowly press yourself up to sitting position. And as you sit up, once you're conscious enough to grab your book or your paper and your pen, the question that I'm going to ask and what I'd like you to ponder on is, who is or what is your higher self, and what are you here to do? Take a few more seconds. Know that you always have your journal to go to. It's your best friend, it's your companion, your soul, your mate, whatever you want to call it. Sit up straight, comfortably. We're going to close the practice with the sound of Om. It is the sound of peace. We'll say it 3 times. And I'll ask everyone to please sit up. Bring your hands, palms up on top of your knees. And bring the index and thumb together. Good. And just make sure your back's straight. Close your eyes. And we'll say the sound of Om 3 times. I'll ask you to inhale, and at the exhale, we'll say it together. Take a deep inhale. Inhale. Take a deep inhale. And start your mouth. And slowly open your eyes. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you all for coming.
Thank you, Rose.
Any questions? Cool. I'll recommend to do the meditation and or the practice. This really continues to.
So that will be email.
Yeah. We'll see. You're new, right? So Sarah, if you can get her email address. Yeah, but it would be email, so if you can do it, because it really is, although it's awakened, but we live in this world, and there's a lot of stuff that gets into our consciousness, that this would really help you really solidify it, because it's already there. It's just solidifying it so that you start to own it, and it start to be it, rather than that. Mm-hmm. So like everything else, the more the practice, the better it is. But you really just need to think it. And think the breath. It's that simple. The breath. Fire, breath. Just think of that.